Hello and welcome to November Echo Wargaming. I am Derek and this is
Raymond.
And today we are going to be playing a 3,000 point game of Ultramarines versus some Iron Warriors. We're going to be using one of our custom scenarios today, which is going to be establishing comms, which for those of you eagle-eyed amongst you is actually in our campaign pack for our event, where our line units will be deploying the objectives and they must hold those objectives until the end of the game to score points. And if you destroy the enemy one, it's automatically worth a single victory point, which is accumulative throughout the game. And that's what we're going to be doing today. But a little amusing fact, this is the first time me and Ray have actually played Horus Heresy since it came out.
Yeah.
Like first edition, not second, first edition.
Because you don't visit.
Because me and Ray are very old friends. We've played a lot of games back in the day, and as things have moved on, we just haven't had a chance to play games.
No.
So Ray's actually managed to wang himself painting how many points of Ultra now?
Fully painted, definitely 3,000 points, which you're going to see on the table today. But there is other ones, little bits and pieces that are in progress.
Nice.
Such as the big boy himself, Gulliman. He's on the paint table at the moment, ready for the future, along with a whole lot of other things to make him really good.
Yeah, outstanding. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Here we have 3,000 points of Iron Warriors using the Hammer of Olympia Rite of War. Kicking off my force, I have my Legion Praetor, who's armed with a Paragon Blade and a combi weapon. He has the Warlord trait of the Tyrant of Apocaron, which allows him to be fearless, however he must declare charges or shoot the nearest enemy unit. He is accompanied by a 5-man command squad. The standard bearer has a Thunderhammer and the Legion Standard, and I have 4 chosen, all rocking twin lightning claws for a bit of close combat choppy. Moving along, we have a Predator squadron of 3 Predators, fully armed and armoured with dozer blades, side heavy bolters and pintle heavy bolters for all the wacky fun that brings. I then have supporting those, or the infantry support, is 3 10-man tactical squads. Each is equipped with a Nuncio Vox and a Vexilla. 2 of the sergeants have power fists. All of the tactical squads have shrapnel bolters. Supporting the infantry, I have my quad heavy bolter batteries. I have 2 identical quad heavy bolter batteries, and even they are supported by a laser rapier battery because I don't like tanks and I'm an Iron Warrior player and extra AP is fun. Supporting everything, we have a venerable dreadnought, not a venerable dreadnought, a contemptor dreadnought, rocking a Gravis Power Fist and Gravis Melter, one of the most underrated weapons in the game, although I think they're quite spicy. We have a 15-man assault squad with 3 power swords. The sergeant has a power sword, although he does have a maul, which is how it was modelled originally. They do not have combat shields, and they'll be just going straight into the fray. We have a 10-man Iron Havoc squad with their missile launchers, and they have a Nuncio Vox, Vexilla and Augury Scanner in that unit. Supporting those for a bit of range support, I have a 3 strong squadron of Javelin Land Speeders. Each is equipped with 2 las cannons, a multi-melters and a pair of Hunter Killer missiles. And the transport for the command squad will be a Land Raider Proteus, which is basically stock because I just needed something to put them into to stop them getting wiped off the table in turn 1. That concludes my 3,000 point army list for this game.
.3,000 point Ultramarine army, running the Rite of War Logos Lectora with the Warlord trait Burden of Kings, which is for the Legion Praetor, who's got the Volkite Charger, Legatine Axe, which is mastercrafted, and the Mantle of Ultramar. He's running with the 10-man Caesarean squad, who've got 2 Thunderhammers and 2 plasma pistols, along with the Proteus Land Raider, who've got the hull-mounted las cannon, pintle-mounted multi-melter, Hunter Killer and Searchlight. Next up is the Centurion Siegebreaker, who's running 2 power fists in a Magna Melter. He's running around with the 10-man support squad with melter guns. who are in the Rhino with the multi-melter and the hunter killer as well. The Master of the Signals is got what you see. He's got no upgrades. He's running with the 10-man heavy squad with missile launchers. And then we have the 2 tactical squads. One tactical squad with a sergeant with a plasma pistol and power sword. They all have bayonets with artifice armor. And the other one with a power fist and a combi magnum melter, all with bayonets and artifice armor as well. At the back we have the 10-man assault squad with a pair of lightning claws on the sergeant, all with combat shields, 2 power weapons and 2 plasma pistols and an artifice armor. The big massive unit of 10 sky hunters, all with multi-melters. And then last is the Contemptor Dreadnought, running with the Gravis plasma cannon and a Gravis power fist, looking cool as a giant axe.
So here we have my full 3,000 points deployed in preparation for the initial assault on the Ultramar. I've kicked off with the tactical squad because obviously the tactical squads, my assault squad and my command squad are going to be the ones placing down the objective markers. So I've got a tactical squad pushed down on one flank supported by quad heavy bolters. I've got my Iron Havocs backed up by some laser rapiers on the high ground because we all know what the high ground means. Then we've got the Predators going to be going straight down the midline, bringing the fight to the Ultramarines. Backed up by them, we've got the tactical squad that'll be getting an objective down straight away as soon as they get the opportunity to do. The command squad is lingering back at the moment in their command land raider in preparation to move forward where they're going to be needed. Second unit of quad heavy bolters is set up on the high ground, shockingly, so they can get a nice beaded line of fire down to the Ultramarines when they start. Assault Marines down the left flank for the Iron Warriors, backed up by a tactical squad and a Contemptor Dreadnought. Now, you may notice that the Land Speeder Squadron is deficient, but it is not. It is in fact hiding behind a mesa in preparation for coming straight out the side and lashing down some heavy support. And that concludes my deployment for this game.
So now set up the Ultramarines deployment. So on this flank here, we have the 10-man support squad with Meltars and the Siegebreaker in a Rhino. So their mission is probably not to get shot apart before they can get in and kill some Predators. A 10-man squad who's going to go and start laying some objectives as soon as possible, along with their friends up here hiding behind these crates and hopefully not going to get shot about. Lots and lots of heavy weapons from some high positioned Iron Warriors. The missile launcher team are probably just going to trade shots with something, and hopefully night fight will happen so that they don't get shot by everything. Just like the Iron Warriors, my 10-man Sky Hunters are hiding, ready to pop out and melt at something. The Land Raider Proteus with the 10 Caesarians are going to get into the Iron Warriors lines as quick as possible and start munching through things. And with the Assault Marines jumping over and starting laying some objectives as well. The Contemptor with its Gravis is going to pick some targets that are hopefully nicely bunched together and blow things apart because he has all the templates.
So we are about to start the game. Ray desperately wants night fight. I don't, but I have to roll for it. So is it night fight? It is night fight. Ray, do you wish to seize?
Oh, definitely. Right. No,
Fail
just
to seize.
missed. Yeah.
Iron Warriors, turn 1. Iron Warriors turn 1 movement. My assault squad is flown right up the table there, maximising their jetpack distance, and immediately have deployed an objective. Obviously they can't do anything else because all they're focused on is deploying that objective there. Behind them, the tactical squad has followed up, and they too have deployed an objective. They're supported by the Dreadnought. The heavy bottlers have not moved. The second tactical squad has moved up and deployed their objective, hiding behind the front rank of the armoured vehicles, which should make things a bit spicy very shortly, hopefully. The Command Land Raider has pulled back slightly just to get away from the missile launchers in preparation for launching its assault when it's actually needed. Laser Rapier Destroyers, they've stayed exactly where they are, as have the Iron Havocs. The other quad unit has moved up because obviously they're going to try and take the benefit of the relentless ability that they now have. And the other tactical squad has pushed around the side, and they too have deployed a objective on top of that mesa there as well. The javelins, I'm not committing them just yet because Night Fight's just in play, and I'm waiting for Ray to bring out something so I can actually pounce on it with my javelins and start laying down some fire. Iron Warriors turn 1 shooting. The Predator Squadron is going to open up firing against the Ultramarine Rhino with the tactical support squadrons. I'm going to be kicking off with the heavy bolters. So 2 of the sponson heavy bolters can see, and obviously the pintle mounted heavy bolters can see. These will all be snap firing because the vehicle moved 14 inches. So here we go. So this is the heavy bolters hitting on 6s. I'll take that. Looks like 6. And then I'm glancing the vehicle on 4s. No, 5s, because they get +1 armor, +1 strength against vehicles. So that is 4 penetrating hits.
4 cover saves on the Rhino, 6+, which one of them's okay.
So that's still 3 hull points go through.
Yeah.
So the vehicle is destroyed.
This is where my men have automatically disembarked because their Rhino is now wrecked. The siege breaker in there is going to be using his leadership to try and stop the pinning, which he more than happily does.
Continuing Iron Warriors turn 1 shooting phase, the Iron Havocs are going to engage their counterparts on the other mesa. Now I'm opting to fire crack missiles at this point. Due to them being Iron Havocs, I do have precision shot on the roll of a 6, and normally at BS 5, but obviously that'll be reduced due to Night Fight. But they do have an augury scanner, so they can bypass the range modifier there.
I will be reacting against the Iron Havocs with returning fire.
Excellent. So 10 shots with crack missiles. Any roll of a 6 is a allocated shot, and I'll be putting those on standard bods so you can't tank them on your Artificer armor. So hitting on 3s, so that's 3 on standard bods. And these ones, they hit. So 3 on standard bods, so 3 others. So that is 1 wound that you can tank, and the other ones is 1 wound that you cannot tank.
Right, so one of my men will be dead. I will tank it.
6 up cover.
Oh, we're doing cover on that, right? Brilliant. 6 up cover. No, so now he's dead. And I will tank on the sergeant with his Artificer armor. Yes. So my return fire onto the Havoc. So there's 10 missile launchers, needing 3s or more. I'll roll that one again. So that's 5 of them altogether. Needing obviously 2s to blow apart unless you decide to tank on Artificer armor. So
I don't have Artificer armor, so 5 6-up cover saves I could do with this. So nope, 5 dead. End of turn 1 Iron Warrior shooting phase. Not great for me. Inflicting 1 casualty and 1 Rhino and losing half my Iron Havocs in the first return fire from the Ultramarines. Not great, but ultimately there's still a lot to go for. I've still got 4 objectives down to bat with, and I've still got an awful lot of firepower to bring to bear. Let's just hope Night Fight does as good for me as it did for Ray.
Ultramarines turn 1 movement. I've moved the Contemptor forward, and Derek's went and reacted and backed his Tactical Marines backwards.
Sensibly ran away from the big monster with a giant axe.
It's more the plasma cannon that you're probably going to worry about. The Assault Marines have jumped flying over this rock and deployed an objective. The bikes, the Sky Hunters are worried about the javelins over here, so we're being very cagey even on the Night Fight. I brought out the Proteus. They're going to shoot a couple of platforms right in front of them, but the Suzerains are still staying in there. The tactical squad's moved around the corner into no man's land and dropped down an objective as well. The other tactical squad has moved up onto the landing platform, keeping behind the big massive Pegasus dropship, and dropped another objective down there. Hopefully nothing can shoot them. The evicted support squad from the Rhino has moved forward, and they're going to melt a few tanks hopefully, and if not they're going to punch a few tanks with them power fists on the siege breaker. And that is my turn.
What Logos Lectora did you use, Ray?
Oh yeah, the Logo Lectoris, it was full march, so all my men, my units for infantry have got +2 movement, but they do suffer -1 weapon skill and ballistic skill. Turn 1 shooting for the Ultramarines. The tactical support squad with the Meltas are going to be shooting at the Predators with Melta guns, all in close range, along with the Siege Breaker, who's going to be using his one-shot combi Melta, who'll be shooting as well.
I will be return firing with all of my defensive weapons on my Predator squadron, so that should get spicy.
Now, because of night fighting plus the Legio rule that I've used as well, the men will be hitting on 5s, and the Siege Breaker will be hitting on 4s. So the Meltas first. Oh, very nice. So 5 of them hit, and the Siege Breaker doesn't do it. All right. So all of these, so 5 of them are going to be hitting the Meltas. So close range, so it'll be 2 dice plus 8. So first one, penetrated. Second one, what's that?
Glance.
Glance, yeah, glance one there. It's the third one,
Glance.
glance. Fourth one, penetrating. And fifth one,
Fail.
nothing. Yeah,
Two
so
pens.
two pens and 2 glances.
One at a time.
First one.
Immobilised.
Right, so because I have Sunder, the 2 glances and the miss, I get to re-roll. So re-rolling the first one, penetrating. Second one, and it's the glance. And third one, definitely a penetrating. So 2 more penetrating. So first one is stunned and missed it.
In the trade account.
Oh, come on.
In the trade account.
Yeah, another stunned.
Destroyed.
Oh no, sorry, weapon destroyed. Yes, because of the plus. And then there was one other glance. Yes.
So the return fire from the Iron Warriors Predator Squadron. So some of these heavy bottlers are shrapnel rounds, some of them are not. So I will be rolling the sponson ones first, which are not shrapnel. So this is going to be 4 of them. So four heavy bottlers hitting on 4s because of night fight. Oh yeah. Some of those. And then wounding on 3s. So that will be 5 saves there. And then we have the 3 which are shrapnel, so these also cause pinning. And well, that was just fantastic. And then wounding on 3s for not as many as I would like, but there is 3 wounds from those. So 5 saves in total. Sorry, 8 saves in total.
So for the saves, I'm going to use the Siege Breaker's armour of 2+ for the shrapnel ones first. So first one, perfectly okay. Second one, third one, all okay. And he's going to keep on dodging bullets with the normal heavy bolters. First, second, oh, he took a wound. I'm going to put it on the sergeant now. 2+, he's got artifice armour as well. Nice one. And the last one, brilliant.
To that fusillade of fire, I have lost 1 Predator to multiple hits, but no explosions. The second Predator in line has taken 2 hull points and lost its primary weapon, which is obviously its only battle weapon it's got, but it does leave it with a boatload of heavy bolters.
A missile launcher team is going to be firing at the las cannon rapiers on the high ground there. Although night fights in rule, I've got a master of signals there, so I'm going to be hitting on 3s with this unit, so 9 shots. So there's, not bad, 7 altogether, and be wounded on 2s. Oh, so 1 misses, so 2, 4, 6 of them altogether.
So the first crewman's going to take his cover save on a 6-up. He's dead. Second crewman on a cover save. He's dead. So now I'm going to move over to one of the rapier platforms. So that is a destroyed rapier platform and 2 remaining shots, which are going to go onto one of the guys who fails, and the remaining shot is going to go on the last laser rapier shot who fails. So 1 laser rapier down to 1 wound and 3 guys dead.
Now for my contemptor with his Gravis plasma cannon. So first off, I'm going to be firing at the unit of tactical marines over here with the plasma cannon. So being a plasma, let's see if it gets hot, which it doesn't, so that's brilliant. Right, I'm going to place it, I can just see him there, right, and then I'm going to see if it can scatter. Right, dead on target. Let's see how many it is. So I've hit 6 of them with the plasma, so I'm going to be rolling to wound, needing 2s to wound, 4s to breach. So that is 3 breaching, become maybe 2, and 3 wounds.
Right, so 3 breaching automatically dead, 3 wounds, 3 ups, they're fine. So 3 guys dead from that unit.
Now it's the Havoc launcher. Going to be in the same place. Let's see how many, if it scatters or not. It's going to scatter a lot, but being a Havoc, I'm going to get to re-roll that. And dead on target.
3 hits.
3 hits. Strength 5, so it's going to be 3s to wound. All wounded. So you get full armor saves.
3 saves, all passed.
Brilliant. Now for the Proteus Land Raider. So the Proteus, the side sponsons on the right hand side are going to be firing at the rapier on the hill there. I'm going to use the searchlight to light them up so I can see them. The front twin link las cannon, the multi-melter and the hunter killer is going to fire at the other rapier unit with the bolters at the front there. The las cannons firing at the rapier going to be hitting on 4s and 1 hit with now wounding on 2s. So 1 wound.
So 1 6-up cover save, or the rapier is dead. It saves!
Oh.
Might actually get to fire it in this game.
The other gun, so the twin linked las cannon at the front, twin linked, is hit. And for wounding of it, wounds. The multi-melter also trying to hit as well. That's a bit of a cocked dice. Misses, but twin linked. Oh, it doesn't do anything. And the 1-shot hunter killer hits as well. Right, and see if that wounds as well. So that wounds as well.
So out of the rapier squadron, I will kill 2 of the marines because they are not in cover. So therefore I will lose 2 marines so I can keep the firepower of the rapier platforms. Morale tests for the Iron Warriors. My first one will be the tactical squad that took the fire from the plasma cannon. Leadership 8. They fail, so they will automatically fall back. And will stop at 1 inch of the table edge because they have a Vexilla active in the army. The rapier platforms are fine by literally the skin of their teeth. And the remaining rapier on the hill, hopefully he'll get to fire. He gets to fire next turn.
Ultramarines first turn. I've took out one of the Predators, not bad. Pity me support squad didn't get in there because the power fist from the Siegebreaker would have ripped them apart. I've planted 3 objectives as well, looking good. And I've made some dints in the Iron Warriors on the hills with the first turn return fire, but also some shooting. And a tactical squad is running away. So overall, not bad. I think I've got this flank covered easily. But those Ultramarines are probably going to be coming towards us. Those Iron Warriors are probably going to be coming towards us in a few moments.
Starting turn 2 Iron Warriors. First things first, is it still night fight? So it's night fight on a 4-up, so I need this dice to be low. No, I said low, that's a 6, not low, night fight continues. Woohoo! First thing I'm going to do is rally my fleeing troops, or they're going to get shot, which they successfully do, so they rally. Iron Warriors turn 2 movement, still night fight, we hate it, precious. Moving around on the flank, my tactical squad rallied using their initiative, pushing forward to try and get out of the line of sight of the dreadnought coming around the corner. The javelins have flown up now that they've got a target nicely within range, and they're fully intending on unleashing everything they've got at that dreadnought. The rapier platforms have remained stationary. Hopefully I'm going to get some shots off in that tactical squad that's holding that objective at the moment. Can't see all of them, but I am going to cause some damage, so we'll play it by ear and see how that goes. Iron Havocs have remained stationary. They have multiple targets of opportunity now, so we'll see which way they decide to go with that. Laser Rapier is obviously stationary. I may get 1 shot off before he dies hideously. Let's hopefully I can pop a Land Raider. Command squad has remained stationary. I'm not quite ready to commit those as of yet, due to the fact that there's too much over there, and Ray seems to be doing quite well, benefiting from night fight, where I'm not so much. Tactical squad has moved up onto the field, and they're going to be planning on doing their cheeky shenanigans of Fury of Olympia into that tactical squad. The Predator squadron has moved up in support, and they're going to hose down, hopefully doing some horrendous firepower damage onto the tactical squad, which has fallen back from my assault squad's advance. The assault squad now perfectly positioned to either charge both units or completely wipe out and destroy the tactical support squad. In support of that is a Contemptor Dreadnought, who's slowly making his way up the field now. This turn we'll see if he can actually get some shots off. Rapier platform on top of the Mesa, have line of sight to those, so guess what's coming first? And finally, the cheeky tactical squad of all cheeky tactical squads is making a beeline for Ray's deployment zone in the hope that I can get some objectives down. But given how close I've already placed 2 objectives, it's going to get quite complicated to get those objective markers down due to the restrictions of not being able to put it within 6 inches of the table edge or 12 inches of one of my own markers. Opening up turn 2 of the Iron Warrior shooting is going to be the Javelins. There you're fully intending on neutralising that Contemptor Dreadnought. So first things first, I'm going to fire the multi-mutlers, which obviously are twin-linked. And I am hitting on 4s because of night fight. So they all hit, brilliant. And then I've got the 6 las cannons, I can all draw line of sight. Only 2 of those hit. All of these attacks are wounding on 2s because the melter gains the +1 strength due to being a Dreadnought and me being a pesky Iron Warrior. So 2s to wound. 4 wounds, Ray.
Right. So his normal armor save is no use against these high-powered weapons. So it's going to be 5 plus invulnerable, which I'll save 2 of them.
Continuing the Iron Warrior's turn 2 shooting, the Laser Rapier is going to fire its one and probably only shot of the entire game at the Land Raider Proteus. So I have 2 shots twin linked, and because it's used its searchlight, or it has a searchlight, it's getting this full in the face. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. Re-rolling. Both hit. And I am strength 10 because I'm an Iron Warrior. So this is ordnance, so I'll do these one at a time. So the first one is a glance, and the second one is a penetrating hit. So penetrating hit at AP 1, so +2, 5, which is weapon destroyed.
What I'm going to do is lose the front-mounted twin-linked las cannon.
And as he's lost that las cannon through the penetrating hit, I will be declaring my exo shot because that calls a penetrating hit. So on a 6, doesn't come off. Iron Havocs are going to open fire with their rocket launchers. Obviously they are at -1 BS due to night fight. So hitting on 3s for 3 hits, and I'm strength 9 due to the Iron Warrior's ability. So 5s, 2 penetrating hits. I'll take them. 2 penetrating hits is another weapon destroyed and stunned. The Iron Warriors Heavy Bolters are going to be open firing onto the tactical squad. I'm going to be whacking down 16 shots. Now we've agreed I can see 4 models, so I've got 16 shots. Now I am hitting on 4s because of night fight, but I am twin linked. So roll the twin linkies, and I bloody well need it. That's much better. And strength 5 on toughness 4, wounding on 3s, and these are not shrapnel because you can't have it. And that will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 wounds on the units. How would you like to take them?
Right, now there is an artifice armour for the sergeant there, so it'd be rude not to take it on him. So 2 pluses. Ah, he's dead.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, bye.
8 remaining shots for 3 guys.
8 remaining shots, which I just happen to have in my hand, ready to go. And another, oh my God.
They're dead.
3 other dead.
So everything I can see has been killed.
Including the banner.
Excellent shooting. Moving on with the Iron Warrior shooting. The Predator Squadron, now that they're in close range, have decided they're going to open fire with everything that they've got at the tactical squad over the way. I will be starting with the 2 heavy bottlers that cause pinning. So I'll be rolling those first and then rolling through everything else. So first things first, 2 heavy bottlers with pinning. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 3s for 3 wounds with pinning.
Pinning, right. So once again, let's see if the artifice armour stands up to it. So the sergeant, he's okay, he's dead, and okay. Yeah, right, so 1 dead. Sergeant.
So moving on with the heavy bottlers. Now we've got all the other heavy bottlers hitting in there. Again, hitting on 4s. These are not shrapnel in any capacity. However, that will do nicely. And then wounding on 3s For 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 more wounds on the unit.
10, right. So 10 shots. We have 10 dice in my hand. Right, let's see if they all survive or there's a couple dead. 1, 2, 3. 3 dead.
3 more dead, and finally to boot,
Right.
autocannon of doom. So 4 shots from the autocannon. I failed to hit. Never mind, heavy bolters have done the job.
Right, now I'm going to use the Legio, the Master Signals leadership test for this, because he can, and it works, brilliant.
Continuing the onslaught of Iron Warriors firepower, I'm going to fire my 2-quad rapier platforms into the tactical support squad. I do have line of sight despite the smoke, so I have 16 shots. I will be hitting on 4s because obviously night fighting is still in play, but I am twin linked. Much better roll that time round. Outstanding. And then wounding on 3s. 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 wounds.
I will do the same thing as previously and try and save them on the artifice armour on the sergeant. He's going through and it's doing good. Number 3 and
He's
down for number
dead.
4. Right, and then on the rest of the unit, another one down. So 1 dead and the sergeant as well. So 2 dead.
4 bolt guns from the rapiers now that they've been upgraded. So hitting on 4s. For 3,
The rapier crew.
the rapier crew are firing their guns, because why not? For 1 wound.
Right, so 1 wound on the normal support squad, bounces off him.
Iron Warriors Tactical Squad is going to open fire onto the Ultramarines Tactical Support Squad, and I will be declaring Fury of Olympia. So this gives me an extra shot, regardless, but replaces my Fury of the Legion, but I do get to reroll 1s to hit. On this unit. So here we go. I've got 9 guys that can draw line of sight. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. That's a fairly solid roll. In the trade account. That's 1 re-roll, 2 re-roll, 3, 4. They are misses. These are the re-rolls of the 1s. Fantastic. And then rolling the wound. Now these are shrapnel bolters, so these all cause pinning. So wounding on 4s. 4, 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds with pinning.
Right. So I will be doing this normal armour saves, and I will be using, after all of this, I will be using my army specific reaction, Unity of Purpose, to fire back with the heavy weapon squad that is over on the big hill over there, as well as the support squad. So 8 saves, 3+. 1 of them falls to the shrapnel, and I believe I pinning test. Did you say?
Pinning test.
Right. No problem at all.
They care not of pinning.
So going to be a returning fire with the reaction. So 7 shots from the melters, needing 5s because I'm still night fight and my special reaction rule. So 1 of them hits, which is more than enough. And then, bounces off him with the melter.
Melter fail!
So the siege breaker, so he's going to be hitting on 4s. Nope, bounces off as well, doesn't even reach. Now for the missile launchers doing their return fire. Going to be hitting on 4s due to the fact of the Master Signals counteracting the nag fight. So that is 4 of them all together. And wounded on 2s. All of them there. All 4.
So 6 up cover saves. For 2 guys dead. 2 guys alive. I'll take that. Assault squad is now going to open up the pincer attack I've conducted here. So opening up with their shrapnel pistols. I've got 15 shots and I'm re-rolling 1s due to the right of war. So 15 shots hitting on 4s against this tactical squad, tactical support squad. Hitting on 4s. Re-roll them 1s. So 2 more. And then 4s to wound for 4 more saves.
So 4 normal saves on the tactical support squad, which passes all of them.
Marvellous. Coming down to the last of it now, the Iron Warriors Contemptor Dreadnought is going to open fire against the tactical support squad with its Gravis Melter and its Twin Linked Heavy Bolter. So Twin Link Bolter first, and that is a hit. So 2 hits and no wounds, and the multi-melter for no hits.
Twin linked.
Twin Link for 1 hit and 1 wound.
So a bit of a cover save, I believe there. So 6. No,
One
don't
dies.
lobs it.
Rounding off things nicely, the commander has finally decided to grace the battlefield with some shooting. I'm going to kick off with the heavy bolter against the tactical support squad again, thin down their numbers a bit more, and then I'll be hitting it with a las cannon as well. So first things first, heavy bolter, twin linked for 4 hits and wounding on 3s in the trait account for 4 wounds.
Right, so 4 armor saves, 3 pluses, and
2
another 2
die.
dead.
And the las cannon to boot for 2 hits and 1 more. So cover save on that
Cover
guy.
save for this one on a 6. No, another 1 dead, so 3 dead from there. At the end of the Iron Warriors shooting, I've got some morale checks. So the tactical squad here, we need 6s. Oh, they're running. Right. The next one, the tactical squad, also needing 6s because the sergeant's a bit dead, but they're standing firm. And for the last is the support squad, but the siege breaker there. So they're going to be 8 or less, which works perfectly. So they're standing their ground. For the running of the tactical squad, it's going to be 2 dice because the banner got well and truly blown apart. So 9 inches for that.
Turn 2 Iron Warriors assault phase. I will be assaulting in with my assault marine squad into the remnant of the tactical support squad with the siege breaker on 1 wound. We'll see how much damage you can do. However, I think Ray's got a nasty surprise for me.
I will be reacting with Overwatch with this, so there'll be a number of multi-melter guns coming at you, but also the siege breaker with some phosphorus grenades. So, that's probably the best area there, right? Within 6 inches. Let's see if it hits dead on target. Dead on target. I can also creep it 2 inches as well. So nice, lovely. Well, I think I'll go for the 5 of them. Yes, that'll be lovely. For the phosphorus, going to be trying to see if I can kill them on the 3s because of AP2. So 4 of them have been burnt rather spectacularly, right? And then I have some melters as well. So there's 4 of them still left in that unit. So we're going to go in return fire there. So only 2 of them hit because of the night fight and my special Ultramarines rule, and see if I can burn a few as well. Oh, it's on the side. Another 2 annihilated as well.
So 6 dead. So after taking all my models off, this is what I'm left with. Not as much as I would like, but it's big enough to do the damage. So I've got 5 models that are going to be going through the phosphex, so they all have to take dangerous terrain tests. So on the roll of a 1, they will die. So 1 guy dies, the rest will be there. And my charge, I'm in. So this is where we've ended up after my charge, after losing my guy coming through. I didn't want to declare a challenge, but Ray wanted the challenge, so we're going to have a challenge. So the sergeant has accepted that round of combat there. So the Hammer of Wrath from the sergeant will be going into the siege breaker. So fail to wound, and then I've got 3 other Hammer of Wrath that are going into the unit at initiative 10 for 2 wounds on the unit.
Right, so 2 saves on the unit. Both saved.
Marvellous. At initiative step 4, my sergeant's going to swing first because he's in the challenge and I can't do anything else at the moment in time. So he's going to be swinging in with his power sword. So 3 attacks. Now he is at -1 weapon skill, so I am hitting him on 4s for 3 hits. And then I am wounding on 4s with a power sword, so rending on a 6. No rends, no wounds. Moving on to the rest of the unit. I have 3 guys with power swords. So that is a total of 9 attacks from those guys. These are obviously going to be going into the actual squad itself. So hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s, or killing on 4s because they're AP3. So that will be 5 dead Marines from the power swords at initiative step 4.
Okay. Right, so he's went and done a few wounds, so it's killed the 4 Marines because there's no armor save for that. But 1 spilled over to the challenge on a 2+, and he passes off for the siege breaker. Right, but I see, even though they did die, the 4, they're still going to hit back. So 4 attacks, hitting on 5s, 2 hits, and then going to be wounding on 4s and 2 wounds as well.
2 saves on standard boards, so they are both fine. Moving on with mine, swinging in with the remaining 4 guys with chainsaws. Obviously this has to go into the challenge because there's no longer a challenge because he can't hide anymore. So hitting on 4s because he is weapon skill 4 at this point. I will take that. And then wounding on 4s with shred. Spicy, spicy shred. And that is 5 saves of your 2-up armor save.
2-up armor
Can
save.
you make them, or will you die?
I will make them
He
all.
makes them.
Right, so now for my siege breaker to attack with these 2 power fists. I'm going to have 4 attacks. You're going to be hitting on 4s. One of them.
It's enough to kill him.
Yes. And then 2s to smash him in the face.
Sergeant dies horrifically.
So I've lost by 3, but because of night fight, it's another 1. So it's going to be leadership test of 5 to stop running away. Oh, I just failed.
Can I catch and murderize you?
Right.
Oh, it doesn't look good. Oh, he gets away.
My man has to now run away 2d6. And we're going to go 10 inches, so I'm definitely getting away from those.
Consolidating that up, as you can see, the Iron Warrior squad has decided to pile into the cover of the Pegasus dropship, keeping that line of sight of that missile squad for now. And as you can see, the Siege Breaker has done a runner, and that is where he's ended up quite a far distance away. However, there is a tactical squad just around the corner ready to hose him down with some more bolt fire. End of turn 2, Iron Warriors phase. Relatively happy with the end of it. Wasn't so happy with the shooting. Could have done better, but never mind. Feeling like we're basically playing yin and yang around this table here because we're just turning it into a bit of a whirlpool. Done a bit of damage on one flank. Lost lots more than I would have liked on another flank. But relatively feeling like I'm in a relatively strong position. Got a couple of units running away. Broken his tactical squad that was popping down objectives. Although this big bite squad's probably going to cause me some problems in the short term once they actually start getting it in a range, but we'll see how that pans out.
Ultramarines turn 2, night fight is still in effect, so my rallies for my siege breaker is going to be at -1, so 8 needed, which is going to be okay. And for the other tactical squad that was running away, I'm going to use the Master of Signals to use his leadership, so 8 again. These ones are running. Also, they could end up being off the board here, and I think they have. Right, so Ultramarines turn 2, night fight still in effect. I'm going to be using the Retribution Strike rule, which gives me +1 weapon skill, +1 charge, but -1 ballista skill. Not that I'm going to be doing much shooting, it's going to be a lot of charges. Right, so I've done my movement. The flank over here, everything is swooped around the corner like the flight of the Valkyries.
Gary Oldman would be happy.
Derek did back away with the speeders because I think he doesn't want to get shot, but I'm still in range.
It's more getting charged by a contemptor I didn't like.
The Proteus Land Raider has been immobilised, stunned for this turn. So my Commander Praetorian and the Suzerains have came out and are going to probably charge the Predators to get a little bit across the board. The tactical squad has moved forward just to lay some firepower on those assault marines and probably charge as well, firing the pistols because of weapon skill 5 and it makes a big difference. The siege breaker is running for cover. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't throw another one of his phosphorus grenades because he's just rallied, so he's just hunkering down there. And the missile launcher team is looking at some havocs in some rapier batteries over in their corner, so they might shoot them. Ultramarines turn 2 for the shooting. The Contemptor is going to be laying down some plasma on the tactical squad, clipping a couple of the rapiers, so it's going to hit 6 tactical hopefully. We've already laid the templates. Let's see if it gets hot to start with. It doesn't. And then let's go for the scatter, which is going to go 4 inches that way. So after working it out, we still get 3 under the template. Going to be hitting on 2s, but that's 3 breaching there as well. I'm
going to get 3 cover saves because obviously there were intervening assault marines in the way, so 3 6-ups, 3 guys dead.
So now for the Havoc launcher, we've already measured and it's going to be 6 of them under unless it does scatter. Oh, that's a hell of a distance, so we're going to re-roll it because it's twin linked. And
it still scatters.
But it's a good direction. We've scattered it. It's going to hit 1 tactical, needing a 3+, which wounds him, and the rapier as well, which bounces off him.
So save on the one guy, tactical guy, saves. He's fine.
The Sky Hunters are going to shoot at the javelins. They're going to fire all of them are in range, so it's going to be 10 shots hitting on 4s.
And the Iron Warriors will be declaring their advanced reaction of Bitter Fury, so they will be firing back with everything they've got. Everything! Let's see if we get do some damage here. But they are twin linked, so let's get those 1s and 3s out of the way.
and then all of those. So that's 8 of them. And then it's going to be 2s to cause a lot of damage. All of them. All 8 of them.
So 8 wounds, which is enough to kill 2 of the land speeders. However, before that happens, I will be firing back with absolutely everything. My advanced reaction, obviously Bit of Fury. So those that don't know, Bit of Fury means I get to fire 1 additional shot with any weapon system that I actually have. However, those weapons get hot. So it is going to get a bit spicy. Now, one thing to note on these is my javelins do have hunter-killer missiles. Now, hunter-killers are only 1 shot. The rules say you get 1 additional shot with that weapon system. We're not playing that. It's going to get 1 shot. So I'll be using firing protocol 4 to fire the 2 las cannons, the multi-melter, and a single shot from the launcher. So here we go. First land speeder with its 4 las cannon shots, hitting on 4s for 3 hits. No gets hot. And 2s for 3 dead. Multi-melter with 2 shots, twin linked, but it doesn't affect the gets hot roll. So that is one shot with the multi-melter and 1 more dead. That is 4. And the hunter killer from that one hits. Obviously it doesn't get hot. And wounds. And that is the first land speeder done. Second land speeder. No gets hot and only 3 hits and 3 more dead. Multi-melter in the front, twin linked, fails and 2 hits, 2 more dead. And then the hunter killer from that one misses, but it doesn't get hot because it's not benefiting from the additional shot. Final javelin, las cannons, 1 gets hot, so that's an additional wound to me. And 2 hits, 1 more wound, 1 more dead. Multi-melter, 2 hits, 2 more dead. And the final hunter killer missile.
They're all dead, Dean. They're already dead.
And that's another one from the hunter killer missile.
Already dead. Wipe.
So the Proteus Land Raider is now going to shoot. He's running out of guns. So the multi-melter is going to shoot at the rapiers. Meanwhile, the one remaining side las cannon is going to shoot at the havocs,
who are going to return fire using my additional reaction for this turn as per my Warlord trait.
Right, so do the multi-melter first. So let's see if it hits them. Twin linked, hits, and on a 2, yes,
wound. 1 wound on the rapier platform.
Yeah. And over the corner there against the havocs is going to be 2 shots, 2 hits.
2 hits. Oh, unlucky. Return fire from those guys, so I have 5 shots. I'm still at -1, but obviously I can disregard the range. So that is 4 hits, and I'm effective strength 9, so looking at 5s for 2 penetrating and 1 glancing. I can't explode you, but the vehicle is destroyed.
Missile launchers, who are now going to get some vengeance against the the Iron Warriors, havocs there. Going to have 9 shots, hitting on 3s. Yeah. And that is all of them.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You're firing frag, right?
So there's going to be 2, or a couple of them don't get hit by some missiles, but that's still 2, 6, 7 of them.
So 7 6-up armor saves. Probably going to be a unit wipe. I've got 5. Let's see how many I can have at the end of this. Well, that's more than 5 dead. Unit wipe, completely obliterated.
Back to the Ultramarines, who are going to be shooting at the rapiers. Got 2 plasma pistols in there as well, along with 8 normal pistols. 7, because the sergeant's got twin lightning claws. Oh, missed it. Right. So, unfortunately, they're going to need 5s because of the special retribution strike. Get -1 ballistical. You're going to need 4. No, 5s. Night fight's still in play. And 1 wound. Oh,
no wounds.
No wounds, needing 5s. Don't I? 2 plasmas. Don't get hot. Nah, missed as well. Remaining tactical squad is now going to be shooting at the assault squad, and then hopefully charge. I'm going to be using pistols, so it's going to be 6 shots. Going to be needing 4 or more because of night fighting. No, it's going to be 5s or more because night fighting and the special rule that I've took at the beginning. Then going to be needing 4s or more. Three of the saves.
So 3 saves on standard guys. All fine.
Yeah.
So at the end of the space, the Ultramarine shooting there, I need to take a leadership test on my Javelin first. Leadership 8 due to night fight.
7.
Which I failed. So he is off. And the tactical squad is also running, but only 1d6 for 3 inches.
Now it's the Ultramarines assault phase, so the assault marines are going to charge the rapiers. We've already measured up, it's 6 inches away, but with retribution strike and the jump packs, just need a 3. So let's see if they can get in. And they do. The assault marines got in, and so this is where they are now, which will create a nice lovely space for the contemptor to go charging the running tactical squad. Going to need 7 inches to get to there, which he does.
Being charged and I'm a fleeing unit, so I need to take a leadership test or I'm going to die. So let's have a look and see how that pans out. I passed, so I'm not going to die instantly. I'll just die in about 3 seconds time.
Now for the Praetor and his buddies of Suzerains. They are going to be charging the Predators. A little bit difficult terrain to get there. We've already measured up, so it's going to work out at 7 inches with retribution strike. Well in there. Now for the lone tactical squad, charging the assault marines. They are going to be needing 5s because there's a little gigantic Pegasus in the way, and unfortunately doesn't get in.
However, I am going to declare a reaction of shooting him in the face. So I have 5 shots with shrapnel pistols, because obviously I can only see 5 models I can draw line of sight. 2 of them managed to hit. 4's to wound, 1 save. Which he makes, so no pinning test required.
Starting off the Ultramarines combat with the Contemptor, who is going to hit with 4 attacks.
Titus.
Yes, Titus.
Did I distract you there, Ray?
You did. Yes. So there's going to be 4 attacks from Titus. And you've distracted us now. 2 hits.
Still enough to Mullerise.
And then one wound.
So 3 wounds on one model is one model completely obliterated, curb stomped, and there's literally nothing left of them. However, at initiative step 4, the 4 guys with chainswords will be getting to attack. So 6 attacks, hitting on 5s. For 2 hits, and wounding on 6s with shred. 2 wounds. Right. 2 saves on Dreadnought, and I'll take that before the guy dies.
Perfectly okay for the Dreadnought.
Hitting on 5s with the Sergeant with his power fist. No wounds, no hits, no nothing. I lose combat by 1.
No, you don't. You have a standard there. So it is a draw. Now on to the Assault Marines. So we've got 3 Hammer of Wraths at initiative 10. Being 1 wound from the Hammer of Wrath.
So 1 wound I'll take on the Rapier platform because I have to. He's fine.
We're going to do the Sergeant first because he's got Twinning Lightning Claws. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s because Retribution Strike. So 3 of them hit. And then wounded on 4s with Shred. So 3 armor saves.
3
no
armor saves.
No armor saves, AP 3.
My 2 guys, before they die, will swing back valiantly for 1 hit and no wounds.
Caesareans are going to attack these Predators. They're going to need 2s to hit and then 6s to get some glancing. So I've got a few dice here. Right. So all of those.
You had a chaplain, right?
Yes.
Well,
I have
the
a
ones.
chaplain. I have a chaplain, but it just doesn't turn up today. Right. I don't think I'm going to need that dice.
You need 5 6s.
5 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Unit's gone.
Oh, good. We don't have to bother with the thunder hammers and all the rest.
The
But annoyingly for me, that means they don't
things.
explode and kill a suzerain.
So that's the end of my turn. So all went kind of good over this side. I did lose all the Sky Hunters, but I did kill all the Javelins. Combat has been brilliant in that I've took out the Rapiers with the Assault Squad and got some Blade of Armour so he can't shoot me Contemptor because he's in combat now, which is good. All the Predators are now smoking husks because I hit them a few times. And the tactical squad unfortunately did fail its charge, so it's a bit out in the open now. And that is basically it. Not bad so far.
Iron Warriors turn 3 movement. No more night fighting. Let's do this. My firepower can finally be brought to bear. So, first things first, I have left my tactical squad in combat with the Dreadnought. I salute you. You've delayed the Dreadnought. Congratulations. Well done. You have served your purpose. My second tactical squad has moved up to within rapid firing range of the assault squad, and my hope there is that I can actually get them pinned down. Laser Rapier has remained stationary and has the Zazarian Guard in target range and fully intends to blast them to pieces. Let's see how long they last against that. My commander has finally committed to battle. His Land Raider has come around the corner again, bringing his firepower to bear, which hopefully will start pinking these guys off, because otherwise I've got to kill about 11 wounds before I start taking models off. Heavy Bolters remained stationary. They are got a bead on that tactical squad at the back of the Pegasus dropship, and they're going to lay down some hate in that direction. Contemptor Dreadnought has advanced slowly, and he has got the Siegebreaker, who escaped the vengeance of the assault squad, and hopefully you'll get him destroyed this turn. The assault squad, utilising their jump packs, has jumped all the way over the Pegasus dropship, landed on the other side, and cunningly deployed an objective in the enemy's deployment zone. My final tactical squad has moved round the corner, but Ray has decided that as a reaction to my assault squad, he was going to move towards them, meaning that my guys are no longer in range for their bolters. Iron Warriors turn 3 shooting. I'm kicking off with the tactical squad. They're going to open fire with Fury of Olympia again, so I get an additional shot, so I've got a total of 16 shots going into the the assault squad there. Now my hope here is literally a delaying tactic. If I cause enough damage and get them to fall back, great. If not, hopefully I can pin them and that will cause them some drama. So 16 shots, hitting on 3s because night fighting is no longer in effect. Re-rolling 1s for 14, and then strength 4 with pinning. Let's see if I can start take these guys down a bit. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 wounds on the unit.
I have 1 remaining artifice armour in there. Right, so let's go with the artifice armour. Okay, no problem, still going strong. Oh,
dead.
Now he's dead, right. And then on the rest of the unit, going to have the 4 others. So 2 dead.
2 dead in total and a pinning test.
Oh, I'll do that right now. Yep,
which they pass. Okay. They are not pinned. Commander's Land Raider is going to open fire with his last cannons onto the Suzerain. Ray has delightfully reminded me that his commander is going to give the entire unit shrouded. So we'll take it from here. So 4 last cannon shots first of all, hitting on 3s, killing on 2s, 1 wound with a 5-up invuln and a 5+ shrouded.
Right, so 5+ invuln, no, and then a 5+ shroud. No, so
that's
1
the Land Raider
dead.
paid for itself. I wish it was that simple, but it's really not. They're far too cheap for what they can do. Heavy Bolter into the same unit, all hit, and 3 wounds.
Right, so 3 saves. So 2 pluses. All saved.
Laser Rapier is going to fire at the Suzerain again. Let's see if I can't do some damage with this. It makes the logical sense with its high strength. Thankfully it's twin linked for 1 hit and 1 wound with its 5-up invuln and its 5-up shrouded.
Right. No, the shrouded won't work because that was against the Land Raider. So I will get me 5+ invulnerable. 4+ invulnerable. I'm going to put it on my Praetor. Passed. Now that I took a save on the Praetor, that unit now becomes fearless, and if I had lost the wound, he would have had to not die as well on a 4+. But all good.
Fucking love Suzerain.
Will not die on a 4+. That's better
He's
than
not a
Primarch.
Suzerain. He's not a Suzerain.
That's not better than a Primarch. Iron Warriors shooting some more. Heavy Bolters are going to... the quad heavy bolters are going to engage the tactical squad behind the Pegasus dropship. My hope here is to cause enough casualties to either make them run away or just make them just run, because I'm annoyed with them now. So anyway, quad heavy bolters hitting on 3s, re-rolling.
Did you know Imperial Fist wants something too?
Yeah, we know, and Ian uses it when he can bother his backside.
I just thought you Iron Warriors would like to know that.
Yeah, pesky. Right, wounding on 3s.
Oh, that's a lot of 2s.
So 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds.
7. Right. So 7 3-ups. Yeah, that's only 6.
That's 3 dead though.
Right, so 3 dead, but I'm next to the objective. So is it Heart of the Legion, is it?
Yeah.
Right, so how many did I fail?
3.
Have I rolled? Yeah, 3 of them.
Get them out.
6s. Yes! 1 dead.
Nice one, well remembered.
Dreadnought is now going to open fire. He's going to target the siege breaker.
I will be evading.
Shock. So I'll be opening up with the Gravis melter cannon first, hitting on 2s. That is 2 hits. Wounding on 2s for 1 wound.
Right, so invulnerable save for 5+, and with the shroud, no.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Iron Warriors turn 3 combat. So I've got my 2 guys with their chainswords who are going to try and swing and try and maybe take a wound off this contender. So I have 4 attacks in total, hitting on 5s for 1 hit, wounding on 6s, which is a wound.
Right.
Standard armour.
Well,
Hey! I've got him down to half health, and now Ray kills the rest of the unit.
So 3 attacks back, and 2 hits, and then hopefully splatter 2. Yeah,
2 guys
really
die.
splattered, but you've still got that power fist.
Sergeant is wailing in with his power fist for 1 hit and 1 wound.
With an invulnerable save. No, so another
Takes
wound down.
1 wound. At the end of that combat, with 2 wounds aside, combat is a draw. And I'm not going to lie, I am shocked. Iron Warriors turn 3 roundup. Some good, some bad, some not great. But ultimately, I feel like we're in that stage of the game at the moment where it can literally swing either way. Absolutely disappointed in the firepower going into the Suzerain, and the Suzerain just literally laughing it off. That's frustrating. Fingers crossed I might last a turn and might get to combat, but I don't think that's likely.
Ultramarines turn 3. For movement, there is none. I've gone for the hold fast rule, which means I can't move with any of my infantry, but I do get to re-roll hits. So there's going to be a bit of shooting. I've also, because my assault squad's right next to the objective, I've flipped it over. It is now mine! Mine!
Other way, other way!
Right, so now for the shooting phase. So the missile launcher team is going to be shooting at the assault squad.
I will evade, shockingly!
Derek's evading.
Run away!
So I'm going to be hitting on 2s now. So all 9 of them all hit.
Uh-oh.
So I don't even need the reroll. And then, one of them missed, or 2 of them missed, so 7 saves.
So 7 on the unit. So 7 on the unit, here we go. And 1, 2 guys die. Everyone else is fine.
Wow, for someone who doesn't like night fight, that was pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Now that I see that I didn't kill the assault marines, the tactical squad is now going to turn around and shoot them with Fury of the Legion. So that's 15 shots. Now I do get a re-roll because of the special rule there. Oh, that's all of them. And then, so 1 misses. And then let's do all of these again, needing 4s. Not bad. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them.
So 8 saving throws coming in. Let's see if I can make them. 3 up armor saves. I don't have any Artificer on the Sergeant, but he will be the last to go. 3 die.
Suzerains are going to be shooting at the tactical squad right in front of them.
I will be declaring my reaction of return fire.
If you must.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do, there's 2 plasma pistols in there and 1 bolt pistol. So the 2 plasma pistols.
Blow in your face.
And 1 overheated and 1 hit. The overheat is okay because the lovely, lovely armour and the breaching for you.
So 1 guy dies. However, before that happens, I give
hold on. Bolt pistol, hits, and wounds as well.
So 1 wound, which I will take now. So 1 wound on a guy who dies. So I've lost 2 models. However, full fire. So hitting on thingy, re-rolling 1s. And they would be shrapnel bolts causing pinning, but he's fearless and doesn't care because they're Suzerain and some other cack. That is, however,
Not
4 wounds.
4 wounds, right. So I'll play it on the Axeman first. Right, he's okay, carrying on going with him, still okay, and a 2+ still, and yes, all okay there.
End of shooting, so the Iron Warriors have got a couple of leadership tests to make. First of all is the tac squad, so Sergeant's still alive in this unit, so they are fine. And the remaining 2 Assault Marines, let's see if they can hold their own. There's no Sergeant there, but they're fine. They are good to go.
The Contemptor Dreadnought is now going to try and take out this last Tactical Marine.
He did.
Oh yes, it looks like it could be 2
Double one.
Yeah.
Give me a double one. I said
No.
double one. He's dead. He dead.
End of my turn for the Ultramarines. The Contemptor finally punched that tactical squad in the face, so he's now moving forward and hopefully will weather the storm with that rapier. The Caesarians are hunkered down and waiting for a command squad to show their face for the Iron Warriors, cowards. The tactical squad behind the Pegasus is holding its own as well. Probably going to get charged, but still doing okay as well. Overall, I'm happy with that.
End of Iron Warriors turn for movement. I have swiftly relocated my remaining 2 Assault Marines and deployed another objective cunningly out of sight of the missile launcher, so as he can either come down and get me or do something with them. If not, there's another objective in a raised deployment zone. My Contemptor Dreadnought is moved up, and as a reaction, Ray has bravely ran away, sensibly, because it's a Contemptor. The tactical squad in the rear end over down by my corner has advanced a little bit. My plan was to hose down that tactical squad and push them off the objective, but by falling back, I've lost a couple of shots on that, but we'll see how that pans out. Tactical squad over here has advanced to bring more weapons to bear to the assault squad. Hope here again is to cause casualties, maybe pin them, or maybe just make them run away. Either would be great. The Praetor and his command squad have disembarked to get some feet on the ground. They are a scoring unit, but I don't think I'm going to have a chance to bring that to bear. And the Land Raider, their transport has backed up, so I can use 1 las cannon down one side and 1 las cannon at the Contemptor Dreadnought in a hope to ping off those last couple of hull points. All the Rapiers have remained stationary. The Laser Rapier Destroyer is going to be targeting the Contemptor, try and pop that bad boy. And then the Rapiers, I haven't decided which way they're going yet, but we will soon see. Commencing Iron Warriors turn 4 shooting, I'm going to be opening fire with the Laser Rapier Destroyer onto the Contemptor Dreadnought. Plan here, make it blow up, kill some Assault Marines. We'll soon see. So 2 shots twin linked from the Laser Rapier. Twin linked, I said. Stupid twin. And 1 wound, so 1 invuln save.
Oh, come on. Yes.
Makes it. Moving along, the Land Raider is going to fire its 2 las cannons at it and then power the Machine Spirit, its other las cannon, into the Suzerain, which is going to be the other available target. So at the Dreadnought first, 1 hit and 1 wound.
1 wound at the Dreadnought. Again, bounces off.
Get out!
Yeah.
Remaining las cannon is going to open fire onto the Suzerain for 1 hit and 1 wound.
Right. So we're going to go with the invulnerable save. No. Right, so from the last cannon that got shot at us, I'm going to evade with the Warlord trait ability. And, no, he's still definitely dead.
Iron Warriors Tactical Squad is going to open up with its guys onto the Assault Squad here. Obviously, I've got Shrapnel Bolters, but we'll see if it actually pans out or not. So, Shrapnel Bolters, go! Re-rolling 1s. Solid. And then wounding on 4s. 4, not as many as I would like. 5 wounds. 5 saves.
5 saves, so 3 plus armor save. And that's
1 dead.
But
so
Shroud, 5 plus, bounces off him.
Unbelievable. Iron Warriors open fire with the Tactical Squad. They're going to engage their counterpart Tactical Squad that's fallen back from the Dreadnought. So only 5 of my guys are now in range because of Ray's moving back from the Dreadnought. So 5 shots. Sorry, not 5 shots. 5 guys shooting. Hitting on 3s. No re-rolls because no 1s. Wounding on 4s. For a total of 3 wounds, 3 saves.
So 3 saves. There's no sergeant still in there, so it's a 3 plus.
All survived. Dreadnought continuing the withering fire onto the tactical squad. Combi bolter first, so 2 shots, re-rolling misses. 2 hits, wounding on 4s, no wounds. Multi-melter, thankfully twin linked for 1. So 2 hits, 2's to kill, 2 dead.
2 dead.
And that will be a leadership test.
Right, brilliant.
Quad heavy bolters opening up. The only target they can actually see are 2 suzerain poking their heads around that corner. Vain hope of actually doing some damage, but we will soon see. So opening up, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling all of that. For all but 1. And then wounding on 3s. It's not too bad, but how many saves can Ray make? All of them. So there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 saving throws on 2 guys.
Right, so the
That's
only ones
all I can see.
The only ones you can see is actually the ones with the thunder hammers. So I could be losing these. Right, so I'll just do them 2 at a time because we've got 2 wounds. 2 pluses. We're 1 down, right. And 1 dead.
I've got 1. I've got 1.
Oh,
That's placed for the heavy bolters by themselves.
And a wound on the last one.
So 3 wounds on the unit. End of Iron Warrior shooting. We've got a tactical squad that requires to take a leadership test from the shots from the Contemptor.
So for this leadership test, I will use the Master of Signals leadership.
And they're fine.
They're fine.
My Contemptor is going to charge the remnant of the tactical squad.
I will definitely be holding the line this time.
Excellent. So we've worked out it's going to be a 6-inch charge due to the Contemptor's great big long legs.
I need to do my leadership test first to see if I hold. Oh yes, no problem at all.
And I failed to get in, so I surged 2 inches. Iron Warriors turn 4 wrap up, possibly the last turn, but we'll see how that roll goes. So overall, not too bad. Bit disappointed my Contemptor didn't manage to make us charge into the lonely tactical squad to finish those off, because now Ray can quite comfortably just fall back and delete that objective. Annoying, but never mind. Over on the other side, Praetor's pretty much out in the open now, but to be honest with you, I don't think he's even going to see combat. Disappointing shooting from the Iron Warriors not being able to pin the assault squad, but we're just going to have to see how that pans out. Everything lasts to play for.
Ultramarines turn 4, done all my movement. So we have the Contemptor move forward here, and he's reacted by falling back. Still going to get hit by a plasma cannon in a nice little bunch there, which is brilliant. The Caesarians are gone for making some objectives because they're lined. So they moved into the centre, quite a lot of cover there for them, so they shouldn't be getting shot. The tactical squad, 3-man over here that survived the enemy Contemptor, has moved back and destroyed one of the objectives left by Derek's army. The missile launchers have moved down, ready to kill these 2 assault marines with a little bit of shooting with some pistols. So that should be great as well. Meanwhile, the assault marines have leaped with the greatest of ease straight onto the top of this rock formation. Going to have to do a little bit of difficult terrain here, dangerous terrain even. Right, 8 of them there, and one of them goes splat Wily a coyote into the ground. The assault marines have also dropped an objective. At the beginning of turn 4, I've also declared full march, hence why I've zoomed everywhere. Missile launchers are now going to fire at the assault marines. There's going to be only 8 of the missile launchers in range.
I will be returning fire.
And also the Master Signal with his pistol, he's going to shoot as well. Right, so the missile launchers, because of the full march, it's a lot harder to hit them. So I need 4s. So 4 of them have hit. And then the Master of Signals also hits. So 5 hits. I need 4s or more. Not bad. 3 of them have wounded.
So 3 saving throws, fingers crossed. They're all fine. I will be returning fire with my 2 shrapnel pistols for 2 hits. 4s to wound, 1 armor save.
1 armor save. Right, so I'll take it on the Master of the Signals, 2+. Oh!
Takes a wound, which means the unit also needs to take a pinning test.
Right, leadership test for him.
And they pass.
At all. The Contemptor is now going to bring down fire on the tactical squad and just happen to clip 3 of the Terminators as well, and the whole unit of the tactical squad. Let's see.
Scatter big.
Let's see if it overheats first. Not with that dice. No, it doesn't overheat.
It'll kill itself.
Right, let's get another hit. Right, it's going to be on target.
On target, so 6 infantry.
6 infantry. See if it does any damage. 3 of them do get out of the way, but that's 3 breaching.
Of them dead, 3 of them alive.
Dead. And I'll use
3 Terminators.
3 dice as well. And 2 normal saves.
2 saves on the Terminators. 1 takes a wound.
Rerolling because you are heavy.
Oh yes, indeed. Saved.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Now it's for the Havoc launcher. So going to go on the tactical squad as well. So it's 5 of them under there now. Scholars for the Havoc. With twin linked. So let's go that again.
Reroll.
Right, come on. Yeah, that's going to be on target. So that was 5 of them, I believe.
Yep, 5 hits and a Terminator.
Right. Oh, and a Terminator, right. So 4 saves on the normal.
4 saves on bods. 1 guy dies.
And
so
on the Terminator. Come on.
No wound.
So that's all of my shooting because with the special rules of the objective, I placed an objective with the Assault Marines and with that tactical squad and also with the Suzerains, so they can't do any shooting.
So my leadership test for my tactical squad, because we're down to 2 guys. Sergeant is alive and they pass by literal skin of their teeth.
Combat phase now for the Ultramarines. The missile launcher team are going to charge the Assault Marines and try and
the
wipe them
Assault
out.
Marines are going to Overwatch before they actually get there. So 2 shrapnel bolt pistols for 2 hits and 1 wound, 1 saving throw, please.
I'll just take it on the normal men.
Oh, and he makes
worked.
it. No pinning for me.
Right, so now for the charge. Let's see if they can. They should get in. Yeah, they're in.
Fail.
So squeaky bum, I am actually in. Yeah,
By 1 inch.
1 inch. The Contenders is charging the tactical Marines that he shot, needing 7 inches. And he's in. Contender's going to be hitting with the power of Gravis Power Assist, of course. So 3 hits. And then...
That's 3 dead guys, or
dead.
multiple dead guys. However, I will be swinging back. So hitting on 5s for 1 hit, wounding on a 6 with a reroll because a shred failed. They died. End of combat.
The missile launcher team's charging in. First time they've ever actually charged. So let's see what they do. 15 dice, needing 4s or more. That wasn't 1. And then needing 4s or more again. Right. 3 of them.
So 3 wounds on the unit, so they fine. I get my attacks back. These are power weapon attacks going against the squad. So that is 2 hits and 1 dead.
Got a Vexilla.
Yeah.
So it's a drawn combat.
I'll wrap up for my end of my turn. Could have went better. I did annihilate the tactical squad, now facing all those Terminators. The missile launchers unfortunately didn't wipe out that Assault Marine squad, but it could go good next turn if I can get some people in there. Overall, not bad. I think I might have scraped it with objectives, but we'll see. But let's see if it goes to be another turn. So on a 5 up, it's going to be another turn.
And there we have it. So final numbers on the door, 16 to Ray for deploying all the objectives, and only 11 to myself, so it's an Ultramarine victory. Good game.
Brilliant.
Stating for the record, I despise Suzerain, and I despise tanking on Artificer armor, but that's just me, and as Ted has reminded me multiple times, but that's the game, D.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll accept it. But no, cracking game. It's a game for me and Ray that we've been trying to play for more time than I care to think about. But yeah, first game in far too long. But no, good game all round. I think the scenario worked well.
It did. I love the way that we set up corner to corner. I find it plays much better rather than just facing each other. Obviously, Derek just needs to remember that his army does have some special rules as well that totally annihilated a unit. Yeah, so
1 unit.
Yeah,
that was it.
And the Suzerains, well, they did.
It was fun though.
They did their job of totally distracting you and.
Well, it wasn't a total distraction.
Yeah,
they're just annoying, and they just got all the special rules. For those that have watched Scott Pilgrim, you'll get the reference of, we're just better than you. And with that, we will catch you in the next game.
The 10-man support squad with multi-Maldas. With Maldas.
So here we are, we're about to start the game. First things first, Ray desperately wants Night Fight and I do not. So, Is it Night Fight? It is not. Yay.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Is it?
Right, so are we doing something? Sorry. Right, what is it? It's going to be 9, isn't it? Yes.
No.
You tanked. I hate fucking artists for armor like that.
Get rid of me scatter dice because I will lose it amongst all the other dice. Right. Floored. It was great.
So the Siege Tyrants are going to open, not the Siege Tyrants, with their Shrapnel Bolters in place of Fury of... No. Fuck.
Utility belts. They've got them on.
Got Batman utility belts and bullshit, hey Paul.
Sorry. What are you doing?
I'm declaring a charge from my Contemptor Dreadnought into the remnants of the tactical squad. They haven't taken leadership. They took 2.
Called again. Let us see. I'll put the dice away. Shit.